Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum class. Today we are going to study about communication and interpersonal relationships. So what is communication? This is a dynamic reciprocal process of sending and receiving messages. Communication is more than the act of talking and listening. So in communication we focus more on the content of messages rather than the channel or way of communicating. From the first cry of a newborn to the whisper of a person who is dying, the primary purpose of a communication is to share information and obtain a response. The purpose of communication is to share information. So we can say the communication is actually the process of sharing information between two or more people. People use communication to meet their physical, psychosocial and emotional and spiritual needs. What is the definition of communication? Communication is any act by which one person gives to or receives from person information about that person's needs, desires, perceptions, knowledge or affective states. Communication may be intentional or unintentional, may involve conventional or unconventional signals, may take linguistic or non-linguistic forms and may occur through spoken or other modes. So communication is the act by which two or more persons communicate with each other by sharing information. And in this we can say the communication may be intentional, it may be because it may be purposeful, or it may be unintentional, like sometimes we communicate through our gestures, and intentionally we communicate the messages to other person, and sometimes we do it by our own intention, and it could be conventional or unconventional and so on. So what are the levels of communication? Levels of communication are intrapersonal communication, that is within a person, interpersonal including between two persons, and group communication, it is between more than two persons. Group communication may also include public speaking. What is intrapersonal communication? It is conscious internal dialogue, sometimes known as self-talk. So you see, sometimes we talk to ourselves. अक्सर औकात ऐसा होता है कि हम खुद आपस में बातें कर रहे होते हैं, अपने आप से बातें कर रहे होते हैं, तो इसको हम कहते हैं इंट्रापर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन. लाइक अच्छा मैं सुबह उठूँगा तो मैं ये करूँगा और मेरे सुबह के ये प्लान्स हैं, अच्छा अगर मैंने ऐसा किया होता तो ऐसे ना. दिस इज सेल्फ टॉक. This self-talk is known as intrapersonal communication. The communication which is going within an individual is known as intrapersonal communication. It is language used or thought internal to the communicator. The individual becomes his or her own sender and receiver, providing feedback to him or herself in an ongoing internal process. It can be useful to envision intrapersonal communication occurring in the mind of the individual in a model which contains a sender, receiver and feedback loop. So in this we can say, क्योंकि जो कम्युनिकेशन है वो एक ही पर्सन के अंदर चल रही है, तो सेंडर भी वही पर्सन है, रिसीवर भी वही पर्सन है और फीडबैक भी वही पर्सन दे रहा है. लाइक अगर हम किसी अच्छी या बुरी चीज़ के बारे में सोच रहे हों कि अगर मैंने ऐसा किया होता तो कितना अच्छा होता, फिर साथ ही खुद कहे नहीं अगर ऐसा किया होता तो अच्छा कैसे हो सकता था. सो हमने ये सोचना, अपने आप को ही ये मैसेज देना और फिर खुद ही उसको एनालाइज करके फीडबैक देना, ये सारा काम एक ही पर्सन के अंदर चल रहा होता है. तो इसमें सेंडर भी वही होगा, रिसीवर भी वही होगा और फीडबैक प्रोविजन करने वाला जो सोर्स है वो भी वही इंडिविजुअल होगा. इन इंटरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन, द कम्युनिकेशन इज बिटवीन टू और मोर पीपल. जब दो या दो से ज़्यादा लोगों के दरमियान हो कम्युनिकेशन तो उसको हम कहते हैं इंटरपर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन. दिस इज यूजुअली इन द नर्सिंग प्रोफेशनल. Face to face conversation between two people is the most frequent form of interpersonal communication. Nurses use interpersonal communication to gather information during assessment, to teach about health issues, to explain care and to provide comfort and support. So you see, when the nurses come in contact with the person, with the patient, they communicate to the person about his assessment. They communicate while teaching the person. They communicate while discussing the health issues with the person. So this is an interpersonal communication between a patient and a nurse. Now, what is group communication? Group communication is the interaction that occurs among several people. Small group communication occurs when you engage in an exchange of ideas with two or more individuals at the same time. Group communication क्या होती है कि जब दो से ज़्यादा लोग इन्वॉल्व हो जाएं तो हम उसको कहते हैं ग्रुप कम्युनिकेशन, यानी कि cluster of people, when cluster of people gather, it is known as group communication. In public speaking, it is a unique form of group communication. Generally, the speaker addresses a dozen to hundreds of people and varying degrees of interaction occur. Speaker may deliver a speech, talk directly with a group of audience members, or have open discussion with a group. It is at the heart of our economy, society and politics. Nurses often engage in public speaking to educate groups of people about health issues. So you see, in public speaking, it may be that there is only one speaker and the whole audience is listening to that speaker, or it may be that there is an open discussion between different people, so all of them are speakers and all of them are listeners, or it may be that there is only one speaker and all the other people are listeners. And nurses often engage in public speaking, like you see the community health nurse while dealing with people in our society, while teaching, while going home to home, doing home to home visits. So she delivers the knowledge to people, and this is the public speaking. The communication process. Now coming towards the communication process, what is a communication process? This is a process and it requires a sender, a message, a receiver and a response or feedback. Communication process के लिए हमें एक sender चाहिए होता है, एक receiver चाहिए होता है. Sender वो person है जो message convey करता है, receiver वो person है जो message को perceive करता है, and a response और feedback. और वो मैसेज परसीव करने के बाद जो सेंडर का रिस्पॉन्स आता है, दैट इज अ फीडबैक. कम्युनिकेशन इज अ टू-वे प्रोसेस इन्वॉल्विंग द सेंडिंग एंड द रिसीविंग ऑफ अ मैसेज, बिकॉज द इंटेंट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन इज टू एलिसिट अ रिस्पॉन्स. द प्रोसेस ऑफ ongoing, the receiver of the message then becomes the sender of a response and the original sender then becomes the receiver. So communication is a two-way process, we can say, because there is always a sender and always a receiver. When we talked about the intrapersonal communication, we said that the sender and the receiver is the single individual, but there is a sender and there is a receiver always. So in this two-way process, there is a sender, a receiver, and there between them there is a bridge of message and response. Communication process includes message, source, channel, receiver and a feedback. So this is the whole communication process. You see, it starts with the sender. सेंडर वो है जो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन को एनकोड करता है. लाइक इफ आई एम अ सेंडर, आई एम डिलीवरिंग दिस लेक्चर एंड आई एम अ सेंडर. सो हमारे बीच जो कम्युनिकेशन चल रही है उसमें मैं सेंडर का रोल प्ले कर रही हूँ और मैं आपको एक पूरी इंफॉर्मेशन एनकोड करके इस लेक्चर की फॉर्म में कन्वे कर रही हूँ. सो द कंटेंट ऑफ दिस होल लेक्चर इज माय मैसेज. सेंडर अपना मैसेज कन्वे करेगा, मैसेज जाएगा, सेंडर जो है अपना मैसेज कन्वे कर रहा है, मैसेज को रिसीवर परसीव करेगा, एंड यू पीपल आर द रिसीवर्स ऑफ माय मैसेज. व्हेन यू रिसीव माय मैसेज यू डीकोड इट. डीकोड मीन्स आप मेरे लेक्चर को समझने की कोशिश करते हैं. दैट whatever I am saying, you will decode it. You will perceive the information, what is the information given in this message, like given in this lecture. So after decoding you will provide me a feedback or response. आप में से कुछ बच्चे मुझे कहेंगे कि हमें लेक्चर समझ आ गया है, बट लेक्चर में वो एक चीज़ थी जो हमें क्लियर नहीं हुई, तो वो हमें क्लियर कर दें. कुछ बच्चे हैं जो कहेंगे कि मुझे लेक्चर बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आया. कुछ बच्चे कुछ भी नहीं पूछेंगे क्योंकि उन्हें लेक्चर की हर चीज़ समझ आ गई होगी. तो ये क्या होता है, ये एक पूरा कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस है जिसमें सेंडर मैसेज को कन्वे करता है रिसीवर को, रिसीवर अपना फीडबैक देता है और फीडबैक जाता है दोबारा सेंडर के पास. वो जो फीडबैक आप लोग मुझे दे रहे हो वो दोबारा मेरे पास आ रहा है. ठीक है, अब इस पूरे प्रोसेस में देयर कुड बी सर्टन बैरियर्स. कुछ बैरियर्स हो सकते हैं, कुछ रुकावटें हो सकती हैं जो कि सही तरह से कन्वे मैसेज को नहीं करने दे रही. ये रुकावटें सेंडर लेवल पे भी आ सकती हैं मैसेज लेवल पे भी आ सकती हैं, रिसीवर के लेवल पे भी, और जब रिसीवर फीडबैक देता है सेंडर को तो उस लेवल पे भी. लाइक इफ आई एम डिलीवरिंग दिस लेक्चर एंड यू पीपल कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इट, सो नाउ दीज डेज देयर इज़ अ बैरियर कि हम फेस टू फेस टॉक नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो मुझे इस वक्त नहीं पता चल रहा कि आपको मेरा लेक्चर कितना समझ आ रहा है, कितना नहीं समझ में आ रहा. तो दिस इज़ अ बैरियर, नॉट बीइंग फेस टू फेस. इसी तरह से बहुत सारे बैरियर्स हैं जो कि कम्युनिकेशन में आ सकते हैं. वी विल टॉक अबाउट देम लेटर. सो व्हाट आर द मोड्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन? कौन कौन से मोड्स हैं कम्युनिकेशन के? वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन हो सकती है, नॉन वर्बल, लाइक साइंस वर्सेस वर्ड्स. वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन होती है जिसमें हम वर्ड्स को, सेंटेंसेस को यूज़ करते हैं अपना मैसेज कन्वे करने के लिए. और नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन होती है इन विच वी यूज़ आवर जेस्चर्स, आवर पोस्चर टू डिलीवर मैसेजेस, आवर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. Factors in verbal and non-verbal communication. In verbal communication, there are simplicity, pace and intonation, clarity and brevity, timing and relevance, adaptability, credibility and humor. Verbal communication में जो factors affect करते हैं, that are simplicity. There should be the simplicity of words. Words should be simple. What is your pace and what is your tone of delivering your messages? What is the clarity? Or what is the choosing of your words, and how the time, what are your timing and relevance of your communication with your client. There should be adaptability. Adaptability is like you should talk to the level of the patient's culture, according to their culture, according to their adaptability level. And there should be credibility and humor also. Non-verbal communication includes facial expression. Your facial expression matter a lot. Your posture and gait, your personal appearance, gestures and touch. So these are the factors you have to and you should consider while communicating with your client. What are the characteristics of effective communicator? Effective communicator के क्या characteristics होने चाहिए? In verbal communication, he should clarify, he clarifies, he listens, he encourages empathically, he acknowledges, he restates or repeats. In non-verbal communication, he or she relaxes, opens up, leans toward the person, establishes eye contact and shows appropriate facial expressions. What are the most common ways in which we communicate? We communicate through spoken words. This is the most common way of communication. We communicate through visual images, we communicate through our body language, and we communicate through written words. Like in this lecture, I am communicating with spoken words and written words. ठीक है? What are the factors influencing the communication process? Now these are the factors which can influence the communication process. These are development, gender, values and perceptions, personal space, territoriality. Personal space and territoriality are the factors concerning the personal space, person's own area of you can say communication. He or she it is the area in which he or she will allow you to enter. So this is the personal space. What are his or her belongings, and which belonging you have to touch and where you have to sit. These are all about personal space. And roles and relationships, time, environment, congruence, being your verbal and non-verbal communication should be in congruence with each other, interpersonal attitudes. Okay, now coming towards the therapeutic communication. Therapeutic communication means that nurses use their communication in such a way that it will be beneficial to their patient. So when we use the process of communication for one's therapy, we call it therapeutic communication. You can see the nurse's role is providing the holistic care. We have talked about it, that nurses should consider the person as a whole. So while talking the individual as a whole, we must consider the mental health of a person. So nurses should communicate to the person that it in a way that it will be healing to that person. Therapeutic communication differs from normal communication in that it introduces an element of empathy into what can be traumatic experience for the patient, and also the patient are made to feel validated. So therapeutic communication में हम empathy को consider करते हैं. I have told you about this earlier कि empathy होती है to consider oneself at another's place. अगर हम अपने आप को किसी और की जगह पे रख के देखें तो हम इसको कहते हैं एम्पैथी. द पेन द अदर पर्सन इज फीलिंग वी शुड कंसीडर इट एज आवर पेन. उसके बाद जो हम पर्सन के साथ कम्युनिकेट करते हैं दैट इज थेराप्यूटिक कम्युनिकेशन टू कंसोल अ पर्सन इन अ वे. ठीक है. Importance of therapeutic communication is that it impels a feeling of comfort in the face of patient, to increase self-worth or decrease psychological distress by collecting information to determine the illness, assessing and modifying the behavior, and providing health information. Therapeutic communication techniques include using silence, being specific and tentative, using open-ended questions. What are open-ended and closed-ended questions? Closed-ended questions are those which include answer in one word, like आपको समझ आ गई है लेक्चर कि नहीं, हाँ या ना, yes or no. So this is the closed-ended question. So open-ended questions are those which require an explanation. तो उसको हम कहेंगे open-ended question. Using touch, restating or paraphrasing, seeking clarification, perception checking or seeking consensual validation. Offering self, acknowledging, giving information, clarifying time or sequence, presenting reality, focusing, reflecting, summarizing and planning. These are all the techniques of therapeutic communication. Now we were talking about the barriers to communication. There are certain barriers which disrupt the communication process. These are, number one is stereotyping. Stereotyping is like it is like the one thing you believe to be true you apply to everyone. This should not be done. कि एक चीज़ जो आपको ठीक लग रही है आप उसको दूसरों पे इम्प्लाई नहीं कर सकते. एग्रीइंग एंड डिसएग्रीइंग, बीइंग डिफेंसिव, challenging, probing. You should not ask about the personal information the patient or client doesn't want to share. Testing, rejecting, changing topics and subjects, unwanted reassurance, passing judgment and giving common advice. These are all the barriers to communication. Now there are 5 ways to facilitate therapeutic communication. Maintain patient-centered teaching, suppress prejudices, create a therapeutic environment, be alert to non-verbal clues, and establish a trusting relationship. These are the 5 ways to facilitate therapeutic communication. This is all about today's lecture. If you have any query, you can ask me directly.